look at that one. Welcome back to Oak Creek Pottery. This episode is all about glaze. At the end of the last episode, you watched me create these test tiles. First thing I gotta do is fire them. So I'm gonna load them up into the kiln. And of course, mug number 1 needs to go in. So I just turned the kiln on low heat. I'm gonna keep it at low for about 2 hours to make sure all the moisture evaporates from the clay. I'm also gonna keep the lid vented. In the last video, I showed you these bags of dry glaze. Now I have to mix them with water so it becomes actual glaze. And I only have well water here. And the manufacturer recommends that I mix it with distilled water. Now I have to go get distilled water. I am back from the water store. I need to remove this so it's not venting anymore, and I'm gonna ramp it up to medium heat. So why do I have to mix the glaze with distilled water? That's a great question, and that'll explain what glaze actually is. Glaze is mostly silica, which comes from granite, which becomes, when melted at about 2,000 degrees or more, becomes the glass-like feature over top of the ceramic. That silica is then mixed with various minerals and metals. Minerals and metals are exactly what is in my well water. So if I add well water to the glaze, then I'm adding other ingredients that's gonna mess with the glaze recipe. Distilled water is just pure water with literally nothing in it whatsoever. Each bag is 5 pounds of dry glaze mixture, and every 5 pounds of dry glaze has to get mixed with 4 pints of water. Since the main ingredient is silica, and that's really, really bad to breathe in, I have to mask up. Just like that, 1 color is done, and I have 5 more to go like this. I have now finished mixing all 6 of my first colors. Is stacking them up like this dramatic? Anyway, so 6 colors times 6, I can actually layer 1 color on top of another to get a total of 36 combinations of glaze. All of those test tiles that are in the kiln, I will use those to test everything and to try out all my combinations. It has been on medium for about an hour. I'm gonna ramp it up to high. So these are gonna fire, cool down overnight. By tomorrow, I will take them out and use all of this glaze here to try out all my combinations. Wait, before we cut to tomorrow, the kiln has been on high for a few hours. Check this out. It's just glowing white hot in there. Good morning. It is the next day. The kiln has fired and cooled down to basically to room temperature. And I'm gonna open it up. And here is mug number 1. It is now ceramic. So a couple things different about it. Now that it's ceramic, the color has changed to this beautiful, soft, gray tannish color. And it's a lot smaller than it used to be. Clay shrinks when it's in the kiln. And all of my test tiles are now fired. So I unloaded all my test tiles, and they're all actually numbered on the bottom. and I have created this chart for myself, okay? Tile number, and then to layer the glazes, I'm gonna do all the bottom layer and then all the combinations of the top layers. Okay, so this is a very organized way that I can make sure I get every color combination. I'm gonna start with a color called Frost Blue, get glaze tile number 1, dip it, hold it for a couple seconds, pick it up, that's it. Okay, that is the bottom layer of the first 6 test tiles, Frost Blue. Now I'm going to switch to dunes and keep doing that until I get the bottom layer of all 6 colors, 6 times each. Math. So it is now several hours later. I had the time lapse going and then my camera's battery went dead. But anyway, here are all of the glazes. The bottom layer has dried. And I know what you might be thinking. Those are all just gray. When they fire in the kiln again, they become a different color. A chemical reaction takes place. So now I need to dip them into the top layer. All right, so this is really straightforward. Number 1 is just Frost Blue. Number 2 is Frost Blue with dunes as a layer. So I'll just dip it a little bit. Number 3 goes with sea salt. Number 4, green tea. Number 5, storm gray. And number 6, leather. That's it. Now I gotta do it with the other 5 colors. All of the test tiles are dipped in the glaze. They need to dry out. It's getting a little bit late. I'm gonna let them dry out overnight. Tomorrow, I will load them into the kiln, and then probably not until the next day will I actually get to see this, which I am excited. I wanna see them sooner than later. It is now the next morning, and it is time to load these test tiles into the kiln. And there it is. I cannot wait to see how these look after this firing. Good morning, it is now the next day. The kiln has cooled down overnight, so I can now open it up and see for the first time what my test tiles look like. This is a big moment. Look at that one. Would you look at that one? These are beautiful. I am very excited. That's amazing. I'm gonna unload these and then show them. Oh, look at that one. That's amazing. Sorry, I'm distracted. Whoa, this one's beautiful. Look at that. All right, I'm gonna unload these and show them to the boss. Look at that one. Oh my goodness. So I have displayed all of them, and I'm gonna post a picture of this on the Oak Creek Pottery Instagram, and I want you guys to let me know which one is your favorite of these 36 combinations. All right, Becca, what are your thoughts on these test tiles?
Well, I really like the color palette. I'm a big fan of neutral tones, so I really like the sea salt color mixed with the, is this the sand?
Dunes.
Yes, and I really like those. I think the Frost Blue is pretty nice for a cool neutral. Let's see here. The leather kind of makes it really look like earthenware, and I really like that too. So I think we have some good varieties, whether you want just like a solid color or a two-tone. Yeah, a lot of good options here. I think it's a good palette.
Thank you for your perspective. Thank you for watching this episode of Oak Creek Pottery. I hope you got something from it. If you did, please consider liking this video and subscribing, you know, all those things. And on the next episode, I am going to start creating mugs to sell. See you then.